All right, guys, I'm gonna try and make this as quick as possible because there's gonna be a lot in it. But this is gonna be my walkthrough of my 2019 Hobie Outback, from bow to stern, everything on it. And so let's start with the bow here. Let's move this Mirage drive, which is the 180 arc pedals, comes standard with turbo fins. Let's start in the front hatch here. Did the bungee mod, as you guys can see. Have a video on that. It's got the front hatch seal right here. Did the DIY bucket or liner. Just got some random odds and ends, anchors, tournament tags, a leash, roto grip, Sharpie, all kinds of random stuff. So I have the knockout when I want to go light. And if I really want to go heavy, I will bring the yak-power battery box with 3 Dakota lithium 10 amp hour batteries in it. So that's basically what I keep in my front hatch. Keep my lunker snatcher net usually right here on the front like that. UE boom, so I can listen to podcasts, music, all that good stuff. Have a Scotty mount here just in case I want to run a camera right there. Just in case I need to get a hook out deep. Got my chargers and a knife right there. Track mounted power pole remote. And I've also got USB plugs right here that I made and took out the through hole and put in 2 USB ports. And in the Mirage drive well right now is the Torqeedo Evolve version 2. And once I have the cables for that and the registration up front, I'll be able to run that and do a bunch of videos on that. I just got that, bought it used. And there's the remote for it. Got the Garmin Striker 7.3 SV, which works great with the Guardian transducer system. On this side, I have just a regular Hobie paddle that came with it, with the Yak Attack catch and release drip rings, the Hobie PA paddle clips. Keep my lip grippers right here in the center hatch. Got my angler button, my wacky rig tool with O-rings. Just got some odds and ends. This I use as a day box, so there's nothing in it right now because I haven't been fishing in a while, or a couple days. So whatever I think I'm going to use that day is what I'll throw in here. Mostly soft baits and stuff, but I have my Woo Tungsten, some Liquid Mayhem, and then there's the yak-power system, which has the fish finder on 1, the USBs on 2, and the power pole on stern. And then we have an anchor wizard, and just a cheap set of pliers leashed in. I'm going to walk around to the other side and show you why the anchor wizard is on the right. That's because that's the side my anchor trolley is on. So basically I just loosen this up, feed this down through, and hook my downrigger ball to that. And then I can move it back and forth so I can change the point of anchor. I like to really use the anchor wizard more than the power pole just because it works in so many more situations. I don't really have to think about it. It's right here. So I'm mainly right-handed. So I try to use the anchor wizard, the Torqeedo, and the fish finder on the right side. And I'm going to be landing fish on the left side. So I want to keep that low as possible so I can reach left-handed in with the net because I reel left-handed. So that's the side I'll be landing fish on most occasions. Got my NRS Chinook with some boomerang snips, a whistle in here. I might keep some hooks or something like that in here. And I got my NRS knife. Just a CTW seat. And down below I keep all my terminal tackle. These are all my hooks in a Flambeau box that, if you can see, they are labeled by size. So I just keep that underneath. Yak Attack scupper plugs. Front and back right here. Now right here is where I'd usually keep a cooler. Depends on what I'm doing that day. If it's a Engel hard cooler or an Arctic soft cooler or the Arctic lunchbox, depending on how long the trip is and everything. Then we have the Boondocks landing gear. I have the beach wheels on it right now, but I do have the hard wheels, the tires, with a Scotty mount rod holder. This is where I put my rod just for rigging and stuff when I'm tying on something or getting a fish off. Here we have extra fins and rods, tools to do all that stuff. I keep my keys and wallet in that little zipper right here. And then I have a first aid kit. Basically stuff I'm not going to need access to often, but I'd like to have with me on the water. Now back here I did convert this yak-attack Visipole to Scotty mount, so I could mount it to the A-trail and easily take it on and off just by clicking and unlocking it instead of unscrewing it every time on the tracks. And it keeps it nice and out of the way onto the side, so it doesn't get in the way of these wheels. Now I have the H crate with 2 extra rod holders, and I have it mounted horizontally just to give myself more room because I did the H-rail upgrade kit in the back. I have a video on that too. Now I don't normally take all of this stuff. I'd take whatever I think I would need for the day, but this is all the tackle. Like if I was fishing a tournament or something, I'd probably bring it all. And I've just got my soft baits labeled in Ziplocs. I got specialty rigs like Tokyo. And then I have tackle boxes with all my hard baits, as you guys can see, all labeled. And I'll actually have my leader line and stuff like that down on the bottom too. Now we get back here, I just use a cam strap to strap down the Torqeedo battery. This is the 915 watt hour, I think. It's the upgraded one. I actually bought it with the Torqeedo used. So I got the regular battery and the extended battery for $1,600, which I thought was a great deal. But so I mainly use this just because it's 3 times the capacity, and I don't think I'll ever run out of that. I don't plan on using it a whole lot, just when I'm trying to get somewhere quick, cover a lot of ground, or at the end of the day when I'm just tired and don't feel like pedaling. So that'll be run back here, and then once I get the cables, they're just going to run from here around the H crate up and then under the seat, and then the remote will pop up right here and you'll be able to plug it in right here, and then the same thing on the other side, plug it into the Evolve drive. That way it's not permanent, and I can swap it to another kayak, like one of our compasses, if I really wanted to test it out, which I plan on doing. Or if I get a new kayak in the future, I don't have to plastic weld or buy more cables or anything like that. And this cam strap keeps it nice and tight. I got it wrapped around through the pad eyes in the back, so the battery's not going anywhere. Then in the very rear, we've got the power pole micro anchor, which don't normally use anymore since I got the Anchor Wizard. But I do have that hooked into the yak-power system, and there's the little yak-power plug right there. And I use a super stick. I did a video on how to mod the super stick to make it work. You just got to remove the tip and then sharpen the edge, and that'll make it work with the power pole micro anchor. But that's about it, guys, and that's my rig, at least for like tournaments and stuff like that. I'll do another video on if I'm taking it to the river, which will be completely different. It'll be a lot more stripped down. There'll be no drives whatsoever. It'll just be set up for paddling. I'll show you my cassette that I have for paddling. I made a video about that. And I'll just have a totally different setup for when I'm going to be paddling all instead of pedaling or with the Torqeedo. So stay tuned for that video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So let me know if you guys have any ideas on how to improve this, or any ideas on what I should do, or anything, any comments, just leave them down below. I'll be sure to respond to them. And thanks for watching, guys.